So if you're a woodworker, you know it seems like you never have enough clamps. And they're not cheap either. Is it worth buying the less expensive clamps at Harbor Freight? I guess we'll find out. Welcome, I'm Andy, this is Epeius Garage, and today I'm just going to show you a real quick video of the Harbor Freight bar clamps that I've bought and what my thoughts are of them. So far, I've only bought the quick release bar clamps and the spring clamps from Harbor Freight. Bar clamps range from $3.49 to like $7.99, and the spring clamps range anywhere from like 89 cents to a couple bucks per clamp. Now I have bought two Irwin bar clamps from Lowe's, so I'm going to kind of compare the Harbor Freight to those. That way I have something I can compare it to. I have a total of 8 Harbor Freight bar clamps. I have 2 12-inch clamps. I have 2 18-inch clamps. And I have 4 30-inch clamps for the slightly larger projects. And when it comes to the spring clamps, I have maybe 5 of the 2.5-inch, and I think there's a larger one. I have 5 of those, maybe it's 3 inches. And then I do have 2 Irwin bar clamps that are very similar to the Harbor Freight. I think it's obvious I have more Harbor Freight clamps than higher end clamps. Reason? Well, 1, cost. 2, hey, these have worked fine for me. I've had no issues. I use these clamps all the time, at least every weekend, and I've used some of them now for multiple years. I use them for glue ups. I use them for, holding stuff down on my workbench. I've even used the small little spring clamps for targets when I'm out shooting my guns. I mean, they're cheap. They're 89 cents. They're quick and easy. They hold the targets well instead of staples. Staples, sometimes, your target starts flopping around or blows away. And if you accidentally shoot one, so what? They're 89 cents. And hopefully your aim's not that bad where you shoot one anyway. So. Any issues you might ask? I'll tell you, I only have one issue with these clamps. It seems that the longer 30-inch clamps that I have, when I've got them all the way out and I'm tightening them, the tension, they tend to bow. Now, I don't think it's affecting anything. It still seems like it's applying the pressure, and it springs back when I take them off after the 24-hour glue up. So really no issue that I can see with that. Otherwise, it does kind of bother me because to me, I feel like I might be losing some pressure on there, which is why I tend to use my pipe clamps for the larger glue ups. You get a way more powerful clamping pressure than the bar clamps. As you can see, my Irwin clamp is very similar to the Harbor Freight clamp. Operates the same. It has a wood handle, which in my opinion is not necessarily better. And other than that, it's really relatively same. This is a 24-inch. This is the 18-inch. They're even about the same weight, even though this one's smaller. It's really close to the same weight as this. And, I mean, ultimately, they're just really, they're the same, only cost difference. I don't remember what the Irwin cost a piece, but they're significantly more than the 18-inch. Now this video, I'm only covering the bar clamps and the little spring clamps from Harbor Freight. I just wanted to say something about the Harbor Freight clamps. I think they may be underrated, possibly. And if you're needing a lot of clamps and you don't want to spend a fortune on it, maybe you're getting started in woodworking or whatever, these clamps work fine. There's nothing wrong with them. Don't let anybody tell you there's anything wrong with them. Now, if you're in a commercial setting and you're building a lot of stuff, then it might be good to invest in some higher end clamps. They may last longer. They may not do the bending. I'm really not sure. I'm not in that position. This is just my thoughts on the Harbor Freight clamp and spring clamps. If you're needing clamps, don't be afraid to check out the Harbor Freight. Not sponsored by them, but figure I'd give you my input. Y'all, I'll see you next time. Make sure you're staying safe. Oh, and having fun.